I'm Dr. Diti, and we are looking at different concepts from maths under the heading Decreations Mathematics. We are currently looking at linear algebra, and the subtopic is vector spaces. We will be looking at different examples of vector spaces. Now, there are several examples, but we will be listing some typical examples. Now it is assumed that when you are watching this particular video, you are clear with concept of vector space. If not, please refer to the earlier video which talks about it, where we describe in detail how a vector space is a collection of objects which have certain rules such as vector addition, scalar multiplication, etc. We also have a video where we have talked about field of scalars which have certain conditions such as two binary operations, addition and multiplication, additive and identity namely 0 and multiplicative identity namely 1. Also additive inverse. So if there is certain element A which belongs to the field F, then it has additive inverse minus A, and except this additive identity 0, all other elements have a multiplicative inverse as well. So basically we define a vector space over a certain field of scalars. Now we mentioned that there are some rules. So again we have a detailed video talking about the set of rules which involve, of course, addition, scalar multiplication, also the rule that commutativity, associativity, existence of zero vector, existence of, for example, u belonging to A, there has to be an element minus u such that when you add these two, you get the zero vector. Also, there are certain rules with the multiplication where we already spoke about scalar multiplication. There are some rules about distributivity, and if you multiply a vector with a scalar 1, then you get the vector back. All this is covered in detail in previous video, so those of you who are not very confident about it, please refer to that. Focus of this video is talking about examples, so let's move on to those examples. Now the first and foremost example is R, the set of real numbers over the field of real numbers. It is very clear. Now as an exercise, I would suggest that pause the video and try to see whether it follows all these axioms. Of course it is going to follow, but you can check it out for yourself and then hence verify that yes, R is indeed a vector space over field of real numbers. Similarly, field of complex numbers C is also a vector space over a field of real numbers. Again, you can verify all the axioms. Field of complex numbers is a vector space over the field of complex numbers as well. So these three cases are true, but there is one case which is not true, and that is the set of real numbers is not a vector space over a field of complex numbers. And the reason is simple. Imagine if you multiply a vector, now in this case vector is belonging to set of real numbers with a complex number, the answer may be a complex number. And in that case, it will not belong to the set of real numbers. So this particular is not a vector space. Now moving on, when we talk about polynomial space, imagine that there is a set where usual addition of polynomials and multiplication of polynomial by a complex scalar is defined. Now imagine this kind of a polynomial. Here we are talking about polynomials of all the degrees together. So this can be a typical polynomial a0 plus a1t plus a2t square, etc. plus artr. and where of course r goes from 1, 2 and so on and so forth. Here you would see that this is a vector space over the complex numbers. Now, if the scalars were real, you could have also said that it's a vector space over real numbers if it was set of polynomials with real coefficients. Now here, since we are talking about complex coefficients, let us focus on that. Now here we had said that we are allowing polynomials of all orders. What about the situation where there's a set of all polynomials with complex coefficients of degree less than or equal to n? So these are set of polynomials with complex coefficients, but what is the additional constraint? The degree of the polynomial is less than or equal to n. So in this particular expression, r is not going to go infinitely, it will be limited by n. This is also a set of vector space. Now there's something I would like you to note. Apart from the small note given here, that set of all polynomials with real coefficients of degree less than or equal to n is a vector space over real numbers but not over complex numbers. Again, this is clear because think of multiplying it by an entity from the field, any scalar, and then if it's a complex scalar, multiplying a real coefficient polynomial with that will not give you again a polynomial with real coefficients. So that is true. Apart from that, there is something important that I would like to mention, and that is this term less than or equal to is very crucial. If you don't use it, then you will not get a vector space. Because if it is of strictly degree n, and then if you add two polynomials such that the coefficients of the nth degree, if they cancel each other out, then you will not get a polynomial of degree n. So this term is very, very crucial. We'll stop this video here and we'll continue in the next video with the remaining examples. Thank you.